All right, free radicals, welcome back. My name is Dave, and this is the Radical Independent. Videos here going to YouTube today, maybe to Rockfin as well. I'm not sure yet, but I appreciate those of you who have stuck by me here on YouTube, even though I've had meltdown after meltdown. I have rigorously explored the Green Party, and it appears that Howie Hawkins will probably get the Green Party nomination. I am not against that, and I think Howie Hawkins will be a good candidate. However, a candidate who puts civil liberties at the front of their campaign with what's been happening during this COVID-19 pandemic, I think somebody like that is going to get the attention of a lot of voters who feel as though certain rights are being trampled upon. I'm thinking the Fourth Amendment, but the entire Bill of Rights, when you look at it, seems to be under assault. And, my progressive-leaning tendencies at times have never completely obfuscated or canceled out or superseded my inherent desire for freedom. And, even if I get a little whiff or a little hint of authoritarianism, HR 6666, for instance, that's a little more than a hint, all right? You start to look toward people who can really maybe change the conversation. Justin Amash might be that guy. By the way, for those of you who wanted Trump impeached, here's your guy. And he seemed to understand it in different ways. I wish he had explained it better. I wish he had talked about emollients. I wish he had talked, maybe he did, and I missed it. I wish he had talked about declaring war unconstitutionally or, playing games with other countries as far as sanctions, as far as regime change and so forth. Maybe he did. I'm hoping that's where he stands on those issues. Those are the issues I was completely sold on when it came to Tulsi Gabbard's campaign. Justin Amash might be one better than Tulsi Gabbard right now, and here's why. He's decided to actually run as a third-party candidate, as a libertarian. And I have been in and out of the Libertarian Party for a number of years. I'm currently out. I'm currently registered as a Green Party because I wanted to vote in the Green Party primary here in Florida, which I was able to do. Now, I will be moving along, it appears, maybe based on things that have been happening in recent days. Look, I'm an independent no matter how you slice it. These minor parties, you do have to look at growth within these parties and organization and ballot access and I would say enthusiasm within the parties. The Libertarians certainly have more of a buzz about their candidate than the Greens do. And there's a reason for that. It's just what people truly value. And there are people on the left and the right that value civil liberties more so than they might value free public college. And the only reason I say this, my wife is in a situation where she's got student loan debt. And I'd love to see someone come along and at least change the law so she could declare bankruptcy and reset. It's a stupid law that prohibits people from resetting based on just, how they acquired their money and so forth. I understand you've got, this is also an example of predatory lending. Now, again, I'm going to have to really bone up on Justin Amash and his, what he stands for. And is he sharp enough to take on the media establishment? Is he courageous enough to actually go forward with this and really mean it? This might be the guy we've been waiting for. And the reason I say that is because if our civil liberties are under attack, then there's no greater cause. There's no greater cause, because our entire government, our foundation, everything that we stand for, we can't debate a lot of other things until we get the Bill of Rights correct. And we're not getting that at all right now. In the midst of COVID-19, I have begun to drift, not into conspiracy territory, but I'm starting to ask some questions. And I'm not getting good answers to those questions. I'm getting conflicting answers, both from medical people, from law enforcement, and from media people who seem to love this. This is a media dream. You had Trump, and now you've got COVID-19. And I am not voting for either one of those two people, Biden or Trump. There's no way you're going to make me. There's no way that the country is going to be nicer and better if you get Biden as president. Justin Amash, we have a real opportunity to scale down our military. And then if we want to invest in more healthcare infrastructure, the money will be there to do that. I'm not sure where he stands on all that stuff. I'm hoping that there's a compassionate side to his libertarianism, and that he's really going to take a look at empowering individuals and people who've been left behind in this two-party nightmare. That's what I'm hoping. But here's why I'm really considering Justin Amash at this point. He seems coherent. He seems legitimate. He isn't just wanting to build a movement. He wants to win the presidency. I'm a little tired of hearing people say things like, well, we need to get this party to 5%. No, we need to actually get this party in a three-way race where they win with 30% of the vote. Because that is doable. That is doable. Amidst all of what we're seeing, and you would get people from both the left and the right, you would get a whole bunch of Trump people who are tired of the incompetence and, I'm going to make up a word here, the boobery. Watching this guy every day, and I'm talking with my wife, I'm going, this is insane. This is insane. This is not a reality show. This is a guy who now is having trouble with his words, and he's going to be going up against another guy who has trouble with his words. And neither one of them really cares about civil liberties. Neither one of them wants to tame the warfare state. Okay? And Justin Amash, to me, makes a lot of sense right now. In the midst of what's happening, there are going to be more and more people who, our civil liberties are under attack, and those people are going to look and they're going to say, who's best equipped? Now, Howie Hawkins, I had an interview with him. I don't think I'll ever get an interview with Justin Amash, but I'd like to. But here's the thing. I just worry that the focus is always going to be on just underserved communities, and I want those communities served, and I want our government to figure out ways to help those people, but not at the, at not sacrificing the rest of the population because you're so narrowly focused. It tends to alienate people of other constituencies. Not just people who are trying to hold on to their money. And again, I've said some mean things about libertarians online. I've had debates about how I think libertarians just care about keeping more of their own money and they don't care about anyone else. I'm starting to learn that that's not necessarily true. I think the messaging has to change. And just like over in the Green Party, I think using the word socialist over and over again is an absolute non-starter for so many people, that you have to do education while you're trying to implement an idea, and the education takes away from the actual implementation of that idea because you're too busy trying to say, oh no, it's not bad, it's okay, I know what you've heard about it, but it's not bad. And we don't have time for that anymore. Either you're going to help people, you're going to make government work for people, or in some cases, you're going to take the government out of the equation, not necessarily bringing in private industry, but saying, all right, government here doesn't function right. Or if we're going to be the government, then we need to get in there and roll up our sleeves and figure this out together. I don't know. I have a million questions, and but I'm also, here's the thing, I'm also erring on the side of not wanting to lose civil liberties. I don't want people driving around my neighborhood in, black ops vehicles, doing tracing and doing testing and knocking on my door. And, it feels very Orwellian. And I don't think I'm ready for George Orwell full strength. So, Justin Amash, and I'm definitely looking into his campaign. So I wanted to put that out there. Plus, if you're a Tulsi Gabbard fan, and I know many of them remain on this channel, just to hear what I'm going to say next, Justin is here now in 2020. This isn't 2024. And by the way, he's not going to get screwed by his own party. He's not going to get ghosted by his own party. He's not going to get deleted. He's going to get interviews. They're going to be, as this campaign heats up between Trump and Biden, it's going to get gaff-tastic out there between the two of them. And people on the left and the right, they're both going to say, okay, I know Justin Amash is out there. I know the libertarians, I think they're on the ballot in all 50 states. They have a legitimate chance to actually win the election, not just get to 5%, not just to make a dent in the Electoral College. They could actually win. People want to be left alone, both on the left and the right. People don't want people intruding into their lives. People enjoy social distancing even before it became a fad. Okay? So that's where I'm at on this. Just, bear with me, because I'm going to work through this, and you guys can work through your own way of dealing with this. I do like Howie Hawkins. I've talked about him a lot. Again, it's not like he said or done anything recently where I'm concerned and I'm just like, nope. I'm definitely still wrestling with this, but I do like the idea of Justin Amash, because without the Bill of Rights, you got nothing. You got no other rights without the Bill of Rights. So I'll be back to talk about this some more, but consider Justin. Check out his website. There's not a lot going on yet. I can't see how the libertarians who are out there who are voting aren't going to vote for Justin Amash. They know this is a big deal, a game changer, a candidate who could make a huge impact and do it in 2020, and even has an outside chance of winning the presidency. So there you have it. I'm done with this one. Thanks for watching.